All right, guys. So I'm going to go through how we generated 471,000 in 30 days at just about below an 8x ROAS here for this brand. The month before that was Black Friday month. We hit around 638K in 30 days. So you have a look here. The metrics, this is the spend, 61,000, revenue 471, 7.64 clicks and impressions, all right? So how did we achieve this? First thing is account structure. All right. So what we did was we had a full funnel approach. That is something we make sure to have for any brand that we work with, especially the ones that we end up scaling, is that we really target all kinds of Google Ads opportunities, all kinds of platforms, whether that's PMax, shopping, search, demand gen, and so on, right? So this is what we had for this brand. So as I mentioned, obviously all these are different campaigns here, obviously blocked out for obvious reasons, but yeah. Right. So what we did was we had different PMaxes that were segmented by intent. All right. So we had a full build prospecting PMax. We had a shopping feed PMax campaign. Then we had another PMax that was more shopping focused, but with different assets, right? Now, this campaign using a PMax script to see where the spend was going, and we realized we could be spending more on shopping for that type of campaign. So we had another PMax. We also segmented by country, which makes sense. When you have different ROAS, different levels of scale, and almost always makes sense to separate by country in most cases. Then we had a catch-all shopping campaign as well as a pro shopping campaign that was mainly for the bestseller. We had a dedicated brand shopping campaign to make sure that brand is separated, right? Now, separating brand was absolutely key. You see here we had a branded shopping campaign that only spent around 500. Our top spending campaigns absolutely excluded brand and made sure that we're absolutely spending on cold terms, and that is how you scale, guys. Again, I always reiterate this. You cannot be spending too much on brand, 15% max. You see here, the non-branded campaigns actually had a 3.5x ROAS for cold shopping, which is insane. And then for the full build, which again had branded excluded, it was 4.5x. So again, our focus was really on prospecting versus getting branded traffic. And that's how we were able to really scale. All right. And so product and AOV is absolutely crucial. So another thing that helped us sort of attain this high ROAS was actually focusing on the product with the higher average order value, or basically the more expensive product with strong upsells, right? So again, with such a high AOV, we didn't need as much conversions to really hit ROAS targets, right? And so aside that, we also had a feed PMax campaign with brand allowed, right? Now it's actually, again, this works for certain cases where you have a branded PMax with the shopping feed that kind of acts as a branded shopping campaign. And obviously it hit over a 50x ROAS. So you can see we had a nice separation between brand and non-branded campaigns. And that kind of combination really worked out quite well. Now, the great thing about that is it allowed us to have shopping campaigns at a 2.7 to 3.5x ROAS, right? Because the margin, the overall account ROAS was absolutely insane that we're able to even have campaigns at a 1x ROAS. Obviously, that was not the case, but you can see what I'm talking about, right? And so, again, this product was actually kind of a mid-ticket product. It was around $200, so not really high ticket, but again, we're able to really scale that, with that kind of price. All right. Now, feed optimization was absolutely crucial. So for this product, we actually duplicated the product about 5 times, created different keyword optimized titles and matching descriptions so that we're able to hit multiple different avatars, customer profiles. All right. And so optimizing your feed can absolutely make or break your campaign or obviously your Google Ads performance and profitability. Finally is demand gen, right, which we were absolutely depending on a lot more now. We hit a 2x for that period. Again, not the highest spend at the time. Now we're definitely prioritizing it more. But demand gen, as I mentioned, is absolutely huge. 2x is insane for demand gen, by the way. And again, really lots of focus on top of funnel. So for demand gen, obviously feel free to watch my most recent video on that. But yeah, with that being said, if you're looking to scale your Google Ads profitability and ROAS to massive numbers in record time, feel free to reach out and we'll create a custom roadmap for you and get your ads live within 48 hours.